dogs meet Billy.
Lieutenant Dane,
Hello, Forrest.
you got new legs.
Titanium alloy.
Time for my summer sizzle, cool as a cherry popsicle.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
It's happening. It's dish time.
I've always wanted to do this in front of me.
Creating content that enlightens and lifts you up.
Dish, sir, dish.
Me at Splash Mountain. Just pepper these in here.
Hello everyone, this is Kermit the Frog reporting live from the final showing of Muppet Vision 3D.
Right? God, I missed our daily dishes.
Yes, indeed.
You know, I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the dish.
Hey. So, let's dish.
What do you want to dish about?
Anything you guys want. This is your time.
Welcome back, Fun Fam! And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun. My name is Ron E. Bradley. I hope wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day, evening, night, middle of the night, middle of the day, middle of, I don't know when. It could possibly be anytime. Hopefully everybody had a good, long Thanksgiving weekend. And hopefully everybody had a better weekend than I did. For those of you that are watching, well, first of all, let's say welcome in everybody. Please remember, hit the like button if you haven't done so yet. Click the like button on the way in. Share this out on your social medias. Let's get this out to as many people as possibly can. The show schedule is going to be changing. I know it changed tonight too, 7:30 instead of 8. Where it was going to push it back to 7. The day got away from me. And we might do 7:30 to 9 on Mondays, but I'm not really sure. We could end up doing Monday afternoons, or maybe sometimes it'll be Monday afternoons, and sometimes it'll be Monday nights. Sometimes it'll directly follow that Park Place, perhaps on Mondays or Wednesdays or Fridays, or however it's going to work. We're not 100% sure yet, but I am definitely going to be adjusting with the adjustments to the Pro and that Park Place schedule as well. What is up, James? All day, I see that. For those of you that don't know, if you're in the chat or if you're watching this later, and this is probably the last time that I'm going to mention this, at least on one of my shows, but I just want to let everybody know. I lost my father over the weekend. The day after Thanksgiving, I guess, was Friday, later in the day on Friday. He passed away after dinner time. He was in a care facility, and he went to eat dinner, came back from dinner, went to his room, and when they came in to check on him somewhere between 5:30 and 6, he was unresponsive, and yeah, so just want to let you guys know. For those that I know, some people know already, some people haven't, but yeah. And my dad had a lot to do with my love of theme parks. I was born in 1971, the same year I was born in St. Louis. It was the same year, thank you, Marvita, same year that Six Flags opened its gates in St. Louis. So I think Six Flags opened in June of 71, and I was born in November 71. I was born a month after the Magic Kingdom opened in October 71. So kind of raised on theme parks, just a thing. So that, and my dad, like, we always had season passes. My mom made sure of it. My dad went along with us. So I'm pretty sure my mom's the one that actually paid for the season passes. But they were like a lot less expensive back then, I'm sure, than what they are now. But then like Six Flags, theme parks in general, but Six Flags in the Silver Dollar City, also in Missouri, huge part of my life growing up. So much so that I remember being like 4 or 5 years old, sitting in the theater at Six Flags watching the people on stage in the Palace show. Now, as a 4 or 5-year-old, I probably thought they were really old. I probably thought they were 30 or 40 or whatever. In my mind, like the head of little kids. They were adults, and that's all that really mattered. But I will never forget. Like, I remember saying, I will be performing on that stage one day at 5 years old. And sure enough, when I was 20, I got in that show and I was performing on that stage. I was 18 when I got my first job at Six Flags. So theme parks, huge part of my life. And a lot of that goes back to my dad making sure that we would go a lot. My mom too, obviously. But we went as a family a lot to Six Flags. HR Puff and stuff back in the day, and the Sid and Marty Krofft puppets were were the puppet representation. It was very, very cool. Anyway, yeah, so kind of dealing with that loss this week, and then at the same time, I got to prepare for a very, very happy event, which is my son's birthday. So that's coming up on the 5th. A lot of things going on. So it's a crazy, crazy week. So thank you guys all for being here and supporting the show. You guys are awesome. As you know, you give me the energy to be here. You're the gigawatts, right? You're the light of my life. You're the apple in my eye, the cream in my coffee. And of course, you are like for the Transformers, you're like my energon, the energon that gets this guy to transform and roll out of bed in the afternoon for my nap to be here with you.
A toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy! This stuff's the greatest!
All right, let's say hi to everybody in the chat. Fairbrick Studio came in and said, yay, One Punch Man came over from that park place. I guess the guys did a raid. Thank you very much for raiding, even though it's a late in the day kind of a thing, a little bit different. But we may change all that. Like I said, the show schedule could definitely change. Just got to see when everybody's available and all that kind of stuff. So thanks for coming in. One Punch Man to Tolkien fan. One Punch Man Tolkien fan. Very cool. Erica is here, and Strings and Pucks is here. My mom is here. Thank you guys for coming in. Of course, some of them are backstage waiting. Maravita, thank you for being a member of the channel. Thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Tom is here. TomTomTomTheBomb.com. Should be bowling, but I broke a tooth and can't get into a dentist until tomorrow. Oh, that sucks. Sorry to hear about that. Rough couple months. Yeah, we all, man, there are things to get through, I gotta say. William Schweikert's here. William, what's up? Hello, everyone. Hello, William. Appreciate you being here. Who else we got? Going Shogi. I see you out there. Going Shogi is here. Says evening. Although it's more like late afternoon for you. Is it dark yet, Going Shogi, or is it just now maybe starting to get dark there out in the land of Cali? Let's see here. Tom and Go and Erica. Everybody saying hi to everybody. That's good. Appreciate that coming in. James All Day TV. Was Zootopia 2 woke? I haven't seen it yet. I'm going Wednesday, but my understanding is it's not woke. We're going to talk about that part of it on the upcoming WDW Pro show after this. That starts at 9:00 tonight. Okay. So just to let you guys know. And Canadian Family Life is here. Is it snowing up where you guys are? I see that a lot of the country and a lot of up north is snowing, and I know you guys are up in Canada, so it might be you might have snow on the ground up there. Let's see who else. Yes, Marvita, true. Izzo's Place, sup, Dish Boy, Dish. Izzo's Place is here. O2RR. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Yeah. Going Shogi Marabita. Oh my goodness. And I think winter might be the only time to see Animal Kingdom at night. What time do they close? Sometimes 6, sometimes 7, and I've heard sometimes 8 p.m. lately. Wolfle's here. Snowing in St. Louis, apparently, and chat. And that should be getting us through everybody. And real quick, want to let people know about Celebration. Now, I'm trying to, I didn't get a chance to do it today. I thought about it, wanted to get to it, but I wanted to create the new Celebration for the winter time. If you saw the thumbnail earlier, we were able to start getting things decorated for the Christmas season, if you will. Obviously, the Christmas backdrop. Haven't gotten the Christmas celebrations that I wanted to get done yet with the Grinch dancing and stuff like that. But they're coming. But we like to celebrate on this channel. Any support that we get towards the goal, that's 5 super chats, 99 cents and up is fine. Or any super chat, super thanks, super stickers. Anybody drops memberships or becomes a member of the channel, drops a member chat, PayPal, buy me coffee. Any support we get, even buying things from the spread shop, you let me know during the show. And we like to celebrate that, but we want everyone to celebrate together. We celebrate with the dance, and in the chat, throw down some emojis. If you're a member of the channel, you can throw down member emojis. If you're not a member of the channel, dance emojis, fireworks emojis, anything celebratory. What does a celebration look like? Celebration might look something. Get ready with the emojis. The celebration might look a little something like this.
Is it too much? Too much. It's a birthday.
Oh, this is just the best of my scene. Hey, look at the celebrations. And just to let you know, speaking of the celebrations and possibly buying something from the Spread Shop. The Spread Shop is our merch store. We do have a Black Friday Cyber Monday sale ending today. And so we'd like to let everybody know about that. So let me get that on the screen real quick before I bring in the panel. And there it is. There is our Spread Shop. So there's the Make Disney Waltz Again t-shirts. There we got the Dish mugs. We got the Dish merchandise. We've got Follow the Bradley's Fun stuff. And finally, it actually has the YouTube symbol on it, so people know what it is now. Today is the last day of the Black Friday deal. Expires today. And I think it's still, yeah. Cyber Monday deal. There it is. Cyber Monday deal. 30% off of everything in the store on any orders that are $70 or more. So that's like three items, 2-3 items, depending on, there are some more expensive items. So whatever you want to get, though, whether that's a t-shirt or a bag or a mug or several mugs. I hear the aprons are great. The hats are great. So any of the merchandise from the Spread Shop, you go over there, you buy it, you get 30% off today. Go and show you's got the link for you all. So go check that out and get it while it's hot. 30% off. And by the way, the merchandise is very, very quality merchandise. I wore one of the shirts today, meeting up with Aldo Cathabona, who is enjoying himself at Jollywood Nights tonight. But now it is time to, I do believe, bring on the panel.
Afternoon, everybody.
Tom. There's Tom.
Hello.
Is that Hogwarts? Where are you hiding out?
Kind of Hogwarts, and then I got somebody flying over my head. Wait, that might be me on a broom.
He's brooming us, guys. He's brooming us. Whatever happened to the dragons, the drone dragons?
They're there.
I haven't seen them flying around. Are they outside?
See them over at Epic, not at Hogwarts.
No, at Epic. The reason I asked that. So for those that don't know, if you have Peacock right now, there's a television program, a television series, as well as a separate program all about Epic Universe. The television program is how all of the Universal parks came to be leading up to Epic Universe. And then there's a separate television program specifically on Epic Universe, and I think they've also got one for like Islands of Adventure and Velocicoaster and stuff. So they're all on Peacock.
Holy crap!
I can see right through your eyes. It's hypnotizing. It is hypnotizing. We got to bring. So we had one guy that is coming on here, but he almost got lost.
So I think what happened is I went to Epcot. You can go around the whole world, and I had a couple in the Germany section, and I thought I went to China. Anyway, I'm a knucklehead. But I'm...
Well, that's okay. You could be a knucklehead. Jeremy, you're here. That's all that matters.
Cheers. Yep, I'm here.
Cheers. Strings and Pucks is in his house. What's up?
You mentioned Peacock. Bad Guys 2 just hit last week.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's fantastic. We went to see it at the movie theater. Yeah, Bad Guys 2 is fun.
So good.
Fun little show. Honestly, it'll be really interesting to see if Bad Guys 2 is actually better than Zootopia 2. I don't know why it didn't get as much attention, because it should have. And it's a fun movie, Bad Guys 2. And
great franchise.
They do the snake. Yeah, they did the snake before Zootopia did the snake. Just saying.
Oh, and the snake is so good in Bad Guys. So funny.
Yeah. So we shall see. We shall see. And I do believe we have another panelist, but she's coming to us not from the past, not from the current, but she's actually coming to us from the future.
Doc, calm down, okay? Just calm down. It's me. It's Marty.
No, it can't be you. I sent you back to the future.
Okay, Doc, that's right, but I came back again. I came back from the future. Don't you remember last night? You fainted. I brought you home.
This can't be happening. You can't be here. It doesn't make sense for you to be here. I refuse to believe that you are here.
Oh, but she is here. Erica, you're muted. And she might be frozen as well. She's Erica.
Stuff up at least.
My mic is acting up, so I have to excuse me. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It could be your internet.
Anyway.
I fixed my eyes.
There you go. I fixed my J's.
I did the IOEOs too.
I fixed my background.
Yeah, you got Christmas. You got Christmas. Jeremy's got
over.
Jeremy's
got a white Christmas. No, he's got a white Christmas going on back there.
Yeah, I need a background. This is just my window.
Yeah, but it's it's perfect. You got snow. I love it.
But I have a little table now, so I'm all good.
Yeah. The weather outside is scary. Well, let's get to our news tonight. It's the big story. It's the big one. It's about what happened over the not really the weekend, but the last week since Tuesday. But it is breaking, and we got to get to it. Out of the numbers, Zootopia 2 lands stellar Thanksgiving opening as Wicked continues to prosper. And this is out of thenumbers.com. Let's take a look first and foremost at the full weekend chart, shall we? This is where we like to start things off on Mondays nights by looking at the weekend box office, which really is more than a weekend. Like the numbers, I think we'll break it down. So it's just the Friday, Saturday, Sunday numbers. I could be wrong. But Zootopia 2 has had a run since last Tuesday when it started with early previews that people had access to and paid money for. And so, and this is probably true. Zootopia 2 is probably pretty good. Just don't care about it. It would be one of those things that I would only go to as to review it if I didn't have a kid that wants to go and see it, because he's been waiting a long time. He's been waiting since he was 5 or 6 or whatever. So, it's weird to think about Zootopia 2. Zootopia came out when he was a little kid, and now he's getting ready to be a teenager, and finally Zootopia 2 is out. So that's a little wild. But
just as long as we had to wait for Star Wars when we were kids.
No, Star Wars came out
77,
80, and 83. So it's just 3 years.
I'm talking after that.
Yeah, well, after that's a whole different thing. But we only thought we were going to get the 3 movies. I will say, going back to that time period when we didn't have the internet and we didn't have shows like this, I will never forget talking to my neighbor buddies that lived behind me. Having a discussion where one of them had read a book that was basically the story of how Darth Vader became Darth Vader, and he was telling me because like before we knew what a spoiler or spoiler alerts were, he was saying, "No, man, I'm telling you, Darth Vader is Luke's father," and that was before Empire came out, right? And he was talking about how the Emperor had rescued Anakin Skywalker, who would become Darth Vader, from the lava pits and all. That was all in a book before Empire came out. And so it was spoiled for me. And before I even knew what a spoiler was, and that was way before the internet. So it happened yay back then as well. This is kind of funny. So Zootopia 2. It shows the weekend gross and the numbers. And this is important because it's a domestic weekend gross of $100 million. Now, when we're about to talk about a $550 million plus global haul, but that's not the weekend. That is for the 6 days that it's been around so far. Wicked for Good over the weekend, $61 million, 58% drop. Not a bad drop, really. The total gross, this is domestic, is $269, so just short of $270 million. Now you see me, now you don't. 23% drop, but that's a 23% drop from it's still not doing all that great. Its total gross is $49 million. I don't know what the production budget is on that. That is the third one in that series. And then everything after that: Predator, Badlands, The Running Man, Eternity, Rental Family, a Knives Out mystery. Apparently that's a Netflix thing, but is out at the movie theater. I don't know. They're still doing those. So there you go. Nuremberg's way down there, and has a 12 million total gross domestically. That's horrible. So I will tell you that the top things at the theater right now: the Zootopia and Wicked. They are saving the box office. Thank goodness. And there is the total for Zootopia 2's total box office haul so far. So far, according to the international box office, with like over $255 million from China alone, apparently. Yeah, $560 million in 1 week at the global box office. That's huge. And you got to give it, that is a big win for Disney. Whether that is recouping the money or not, it's still a big win for Disney, especially in the PR department right now, because Disney's had a rotten year. And no matter how good Zootopia 2 gets, will it be $1 billion? It'll probably break $1 billion. Because it's got that international audience. Like, that's a big deal that this has an international audience. So it'll most likely break $1 billion, but I don't know if that will be enough to save Disney, because our estimations are that they've lost over $1.5 billion so far this year, even with Lilo and Stitch getting up over $1 billion. The amount of money that they've lost in the other things are just so bad. So let's look at this article from the numbers. Weekend projections: Zootopia 2 lands stellar Thanksgiving opening as Wicked continues to prosper. Zootopia 2 is cruising to a monster 96.8 million 3-day weekend. Obviously a little bit more than that. $156 million 5-day, making the big winner over Thanksgiving weekend. Wicked for Good isn't too far behind with another 62.8 million over 3-day. The domestic total, 270 million so far. Both films are landing roughly where our model predicted coming into the weekend, and most films in the top 10 are benefiting from the holiday spirit. So, did anyone on the panel go see any movies over the holiday? I'm curious. Tom or Jeremy or Eric? Nope.
Saw Stranger Things. That's
Stranger Things. Season 5?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm.
How was it? Good?
Really, very good. I enjoyed it.
Oh, good. Hey, my beautiful wife is in
the
chat. I see you, baby. Love you. But this time, Shakira's sons are voices are participating. She says, "Where are you going? Oh, you mean you're going to Zootopia? Love you, love you." Anyhow, so yeah, anybody planning on going to see Zootopia 2 besides me? I mean, I'm going because our son wants to see it. We're going, and also, I have to preface, we're going on Wednesday, and my local theater on Wednesday, it's $5 per seat per ticket, so $15 for the three of us to go. And if we bring our own buckets, we get free popcorn. So,
only reason I want to go to your theater.
You should come.
Right?
It's a nice theater. Come see a movie together. It's a little ways for you to travel though, just for a movie. But I go to SeaWorld. SeaWorld's about 10 minutes away from where I watch the movies at. So it's really cool. Yeah. When I selected the tickets, it is of note. I basically had the run of the theater to select, and it's a big theater, few hundred, 200-300 seats. I don't know. Domestically, I think this thing is kind of topped out. I don't think it's going to get a huge amount more domestically. There is a real possibility, even though this has $550 million globally so far, depending on China and the rest of the global box office, it could peter out. Anybody else think that it might peter out?
Those numbers are still staggering.
I don't know. I mean, it all depends on how well it does here with the kids. Christmas is still coming up. You still got people going on vacation. You still got people that want to go look at things. And let's say it's a crappy day out. They're going to go to the movies.
Yeah. But just like me, will they be paying $5
it's not woke? they could still make a lot more money.
I think that's okay. So my understanding, and I think we're going to talk about this on the pro show, and I'm not talking about it here so much, but my understanding is it's not woke, like at all. I specifically asked Pro about this one specific thing, and he let me know it's not in there. But there were magazines advertising before this thing came out that there was going to be another very out lesbian character in this kid's movie. My understanding is they took it out for China. That's what I've heard.
Maybe they took it out because they figured it's going to go over like a lead balloon otherwise.
What do you think, Jeremy?
Exactly.
Yeah, you can get away with that here, but remember what they did to the posters for Black Panther, to the X-Men posters in China? They've edited people out of films, out of materials, and if the numbers you're giving, because that's the biggest global to domestic box office I've ever seen, almost 3.5, 4x, and a lot of it supposedly came out of China, then apparently there were even people supposedly upset about the things removed from the film. And I saw some of that on one of Pro's reviews.
On Zootopia?
Yeah. There was
now,
some
who was
talk
upset
were
about what was?
expecting that. Just the people that you would think would be upset about.
Okay, so what you're saying is the extreme far leftists, that fringe group that make up less than 1% of the audience, or 1% of the potential.
Audience, yes.
Yeah. I don't think they make up very much.
No, not even close. But I am amazed if they can make an alteration that late, because it was supposedly just months ago that it was said that those things were in there. So how on earth do you adjust a film that quickly?
Well, with everything being digital now, you can adjust fairly quickly. You get a few people on it, and you all you got to do is take a couple things out. Everything's digital, so it's different now. And even when it wasn't, they were working on Star Wars, the edits for Star Wars back in the day, up until the very last minute before the release of that film. Thank goodness for Mrs. Lucas, because George Lucas's wife saved the original Star Wars, which was apparently crap before she edited it correctly.
Well, if you talk to Chris Gore, because I heard him do this, there's an original reel of Star Wars that was only in 12 theaters, and one of those was in Detroit. They swapped out Star Wars in the theaters multiple times, even after it was released. They delivered new reels. Chris Gore has that whole history.
That does not surprise me at all. Things were so different back then than they are now. And with Star Wars, it took off very slowly and then stayed in theaters forever, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
over a year.
It stayed in over a year. And then there was a re-release at the theater before Empire came out, and that stayed for like another 6 months. I will never forget those first, movies were so different back then than they are now, because there were such events. Erica's, you're a bit younger, but I bet even like the late 80s, 90s. When did you grow up? Like as a teenager, you were what, the 90s?
Yeah, that was the place to be, was the good old Regency 20 AMC. That was, and I mean, it was so crowded with all the local high schools, like the teenagers. Well, not even high school. It was the junior highs and the high schools combined. They had cops on site.
Yep.
Like,
yep.
That was the place to be every weekend.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
like what, a decade?
So at the weekend, when I was growing up, it was the mall and the movies, right? It was, you go to the mall, you go to the movies. And it was fairly cheap. It wasn't like super expensive. And that's why, all the parents sent their kids there. They thought it was safe. I don't know how safe it was, but that's what we all did. And I think it sustained movies for a good while. And so, we just live in a very different culture. Now you get an event movie. If it's big enough, it will be huge at the box office. Well, back in the 2010s, they coordinated enough things so that 2019 you had a massive number of big event movies. That's what made the 2019 box office so huge. But it's also, and I don't want to get into any conspiracy theories or anything like that, but it's just very, very odd timing that we would have such a huge box office in 2019, even with the end of the Infinity Saga for Marvel. Just so happened that the end of the Infinity Saga happened in 2019, and for some reason, thankfully, not in 2020. Why? By a company that controls so much of the globe, the Disney company. And at the time, Bob Iger was really in with China and all that, and then of course, very odd that he just happened to step down from being CEO in, what was it, February of 2020, only a month before the parks closed down. What interesting timing of things happened is all that I am saying. But now, I just really wonder. I have started to wonder if and who wants the box office to come back. Because I think there's a lot of people. I don't know that like a Bob Iger wants the box office to really come back. Certainly the Netflix people don't really want the box office to come back. They love the idea that get more people on streaming, get more people hooked on having to pay the monthly fees and stream online, and then sucker people in with the low prices for streaming with ads, and then throw so many ads in that it just makes it super annoying to stream. So that now then you gotta bump up three or four times your monthly payment so that you can get it without ads. The whole thing is a marketing game, right? To try and get people sucked into the streaming game, and Disney Plus needs it. They just finalized their purchase of Hulu, which they have folded into Disney Plus. And I don't know, the whole thing to me, it seems very scammy.
I think you're right. Their losses at the box office have been tremendous. They want those gains in streaming.
See, and I think, when we mentioned the box office, you mentioned games. I feel like one of the best bets for the box office could be like game nights where people could come in and play games on the big screen. You can hook up anything to the big screens, right?
Yeah.
Almost.
Anything interactive, sing-alongs like with K-pop.
Oh my gosh. That was fun. Very, very fun. Erica, have you seen K-pop Demon Hunters?
Oh, of course. Love it.
Yeah. It's, for me, it's still probably the best thing that's come out this year. Just because it was pretty original. I enjoyed the live action Lilo and Stitch, but I'm very unusual for a Disney fan in the sense that I did not like the original Lilo and Stitch, and some people absolutely love the original, animated version of Lilo and Stitch. Nothing against that. I totally understand those people that loved it. But at the time when Lilo and Stitch came out, I had gotten used to about 10 years of Disney animation, from Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and the animation style, the drawing style for Lilo and Stitch was so different. That's kind of, it just threw me off.
They did look cheap at the time. They did.
Go and Shogi says the box office isn't coming back. It will never return to its heights. Yeah, I think you're right. The question is, what happens?
I think he's being doom and gloom again.
Well, I don't think.
I think it's just going to morph. It'll change back again. It's just like everything else. They come in patterns.
Well,
I honestly think it's come in patterns.
But will it go back to what it was when we're talking about like how it was in the 90s and everybody went?
Possibly, if it's done correctly.
But look at malls, Tom. Look at malls.
Yeah, they're gone.
I would. Okay, so just someone who's been in youth ministry and worked with teens. Yeah, there's definitely been an evolution, at least on how youth hang out now. It's not what it used to be when we were growing up. I think the box office has a chance of making a comeback in terms of making money, but in terms of the culture of hanging out, because when I was growing up, just because you went to the movies to hang out there didn't mean you were actually going to watch a movie. Uh, for us, it was maybe a small group of us would actually pay to go to see a movie, but then the rest of the clique would stay behind and just chill and hang out there. And that's where all the half of the drama, high school drama would happen who was there. Um, yeah, I mean, you can use your imaginations. We were all teenagers. A lot hasn't really changed that much over the years. But in terms of hanging out, there really has been a massive shift on how teens hang out nowadays. A lot of them are hanging out online through
Yeah.
Discord. That is the number one place teens hang out is Discord and these gaming groups. And even if they're not into gaming, it's still Discord. And apparently, oh, what's that other app? I can't stand it. The other one.
Reddit?
No, 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 no. Oh my gosh, this I have it here. What is it? I keep forgetting the name of it. It's kind of
TikTok?
an older one, but
Oh, not TikTok. Then.
Snapchat. Apparently it's still around, still a thing with youth, which is kind of weird because it's kind of considered old now, I would think, by youth.
Snapchat.
Teens,
Snapchat's.
definition.
I learned too much about Snapchat when I was filming the movie about human trafficking that I will never use
Yeah.
Snapchat again because Snapchat is unfortunately one of the big ones for human trafficking.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
it has to do with the fact that what you said, these teenagers are hanging out online. Well, guess what happens when a bunch of people are hanging out online, but they're also faceless? Well, somebody can get into that
Yeah.
group who's not really a teenager, and that
Going
is
on
really
some
dangerous.
AO chat rooms and BBSs.
Yeah, but it's gotten worse, and it's just kind of frightening. Yeah, it does. It depends on the quality of the movies coming out. So people go to the movies like
I'll kind of see
Minecraft,
but I'm not going to tell you how I'm going to see it. I'm just going to
going on the hayseeds. Arg.
I just saw your background change when you said that.
I like that background though. That's nice.
Yeah, I do like it too.
Arg.
Today will be the day that you will always remember as the day that you almost got me to go to the movies. Yeah, but oh gosh, it's gonna be an interesting thing to see what happens. I'm very interested to see what happens with Zootopia 2 as far as the end game of the box office. So I want to go around. I want to get everybody's box office predictions for where Zootopia 2 ends up globally. Tom, what do you think?
1.5.
1.5 billion. Okay. Jeremy?
I think it's going to peter out more than that. I'll say 1.1 to 1.15. Sorry.
that was my prediction for Lilo and Stitch. And it kind of came in very close to that, actually. And I was the lowest on Lilo and Stitch. Erica, what do you think?
I'm not good at predictions, but it's fun.
That's all that matters is it's fun.
I'll set a little lower. I'll do like 1.2 billion.
1.2. And I'm going to go right in the middle of everybody and say $1.35 billion. And then go and Shogi. $1, Bob. $1.
I'll go for one. I should have said one.
Yes, you can pay. Hey, the price is right. If the price is right, the price is right. And yes, the price is
right.
Oh my goodness gracious. This is the time when all the shows break for super chats. We don't have any super chats yet, but that's okay. If a movie is popular enough and is made well enough, I have no doubt it will do well at the box office, and that is a big difference.
Something's coming out Friday.
What comes out on Friday?
Friday night, or yeah, Friday Nights at Freddy's Part 2, and it's getting
Yeah.
zero press, but the underground for
Oh,
that movie
that's
is
gonna be a popular one.
huge.
The only two movies that are like I've seen a lot of movie advertisements lately for things that are coming out. So, Song Sung Blue. Anybody know what that one is?
It's a
It used to be a song.
biopic.
It is. It's a biopic.
It's about
of
Neil, right?
Yeah, but it's Hugh Jackman as Neil Diamond. So
Hugh Jackman as Neil Diamond.
Hugh Jackman as Neil Diamond. It's the
Okay.
scene where he's singing "Sweet Caroline" gets really interesting because it's "Sweet Caroline, bum bum bum, good times never feel so good." Yeah, then he slashes somebody as they with his claws.
Slash him up. Yeah, I think FNAF isn't getting any word from anybody because they know it's going to cut in. There is a huge, weird audience.
Yeah,
for
of
that
course. Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's is going to do gangbusters, and it's fine. Avatar, Fire and Ash is going to will that'll be an upcoming discussion, but I don't think it's going to. I don't. It's not looking as good as the last few. And if it comes in, if Avatar, Fire and Ash comes in at under $1 billion globally, that could be it.
That's bad.
So because yeah, the thing about the Avatar movies is I can't right now. I loved the second movie, and I can't tell you the story, but I love the second movie because it was like being on a ride at a theme park.
Excuse me, I gotta get a phone call.
Go. But yeah, it's so Avatar Way of Water was like there is an hour long in the middle of Avatar Way of Water that is has nothing to do with the story. It is literally just showing off what you can do with CGI and the world building, and that's fine, but it's like sitting there kind of like passively watching a video game or being on a ride or something for an hour. And it's something that I only wanted to do one time. I have no reason to revisit it. And if movies don't have rewatchability nowadays, that's really dangerous. And if you don't really know what the story is and the story's not compelling, or you don't care about the characters, that's the worst. I always say that Iron Man did so well because of the acting of RDJ. And by the end of Iron Man, you cared about him as a person. Like you felt bad for what he went through. And now you're like, okay, I get it. And he's scared to let anybody else take control because he builds this incredible weapon, but he's afraid of what it would do in anybody else's hands. And that fear is what continues to compel him in the wrong direction as Iron Man. And you see that progressing through every movie until finally at the end, he ends up being the guy that saves everybody by having to give up his life because he don't have a choice. Very, very interesting. That was compelling storytelling. But unfortunately, then you have the opposite of that. You have the character Rey, who lives at the end and who was great from the beginning and has no story arc. You're like, her story arc is stealing a name that doesn't belong to her. Okay, that totally doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I don't know, Erica, were you compelled by the Rey storyline in Star Wars? As a woman, did she speak to you? Were you like, oh, I want to be that woman who has all the power and has no problem fighting everything? No, you weren't compelled by that?
I didn't even see it. It just, I think my son went to go see it with some friends and he fell asleep.
Yeah.
Like he said, Mom, 30 minutes in, I was out. I'm like, are you serious? Yeah, he fell asleep. And one of his best girlfriends, she's like a daughter to me. She can't stand that character. You mentioned Rey, and she'll just go off.
Oh, no.
I refrain from using the language the kids use, but yeah, And these kids are in their 20s. They're in their early 20s,
Yeah.
and they do not like the new Star Wars.
Well, let's talk about perhaps somebody else that is supposed to like the new Star Wars, is supposed to be in the new Star Wars, and maybe doesn't like the new Star Wars. It's not great news.
I have news. What type of news is it? Well, to be perfectly frank, it's bad. Maybe if you tell me the bad news in a good way, it won't sound so bad.
The bad news in a good way.
Yes, I can do that.
Well, here goes. Wait till you hear this.
Well, bad news in a good way. Star Wars actor quits Ahsoka season 2 over a pay dispute. What? What's this? What's this about? This is out of That Park Place by our good friend Marvin Montanaro. Came out today on December 1st. Deadline has confirmed that Claudia Black will not appear in Ahsoka season 2, despite being invited back to reprise her role as Clotho, one of the Night Sisters who aligned with Grand Admiral Thrawn. The actress says the issue came down to pay, specifically that Disney couldn't compensate her enough for the responsibilities she carries as a single mother. But as the story made the rounds, fans noticed something a little off about the framing, and by off, I mean facepalm funny. Fun fact, single mom Claudia Black's children are both adults, grown men ages 20 and 18. Well, that's an interesting twist in the story. Although, I will say, if you have a 20 and 18-year-old and you're still taking care of them, that could be difficult. So this is out of Cosmic Marvel.
Special needs.
Yeah, I don't know. Cosmic Marvel reports out of X. Excuse me. Claudia Black reveals she will not return as Mother Clotho in Ahsoka season 2. Disney, which is structuring things differently these days, could not pay me what I needed to be paid as a single mom to keep all my responsibilities going at home in Los Angeles. So I have to say this. First of all, living in Los Angeles ain't cheap. It's probably 2 to 3 times as much as it is living anywhere else. Gas alone is $5 a gallon instead of $2. So that can be bad. Chris Braley of Bleeding Fool highlighted on X that Black's single mom justification ignores one tiny detail. Her kids are grown adults ages 20 and 18, not toddlers, not grade schoolers, adults. Rent paying, legally voting, ramen boiling adults. Filed it under things that change the tone of the story just a smidge. Claudia Black explains why she's out for season 2. Black's comments come directly from her interview with Deadline, where she explained why she's ultimately declined the season 2 offer. Disney, which is structuring things differently these days, could not pay me what I needed to be paid as a single mother to keep all my responsibilities going home in Los Angeles. She said it was not something that they could make happen, and therefore I had to bow out for season 2. She added that she sent Dave Filoni a thank you note, closing her message with "What a ride." Black also praised the set environment, calling it a fun, playful space to be in, and said her younger son, again 18, not a preschooler, immediately recognized the Night Sisters the moment she hinted at the role while bound under NDAs. So is it a real issue or Hollywood inflation? Actors turning down roles for financial reasons is nothing new, especially with Hollywood still wading through post-strike economic weirdness. Disney in particular has been cutting budgets left and right, from Marvel to Star Wars. But the quote-unquote single mother angle became the headline, overshadowing the real, very real point Black was making. Disney offered less money. The job was overseas, and she didn't believe the compensation balanced the disruption. That's a clean, reasonable explanation all on its own. The internet just couldn't get past the single mom of 2 adults bit. And honestly, you can't blame them. Hollywood loves tugging heartstrings, even when the heart-tugging math doesn't add up. So, I want to ask the panel, what do you think of this actress not partaking in season 2 based on Disney not offering her enough? Go ahead, Jeremy.
Jeremy Renner. Same exact story. If you remember,
Yep.
He said, what, are they going to give me half the money because I'm half the Jeremy because he'd gone through that terrible accident? Disney is lowballing people because they think they're just happy to get work after that whole mess.
Right.
And Lou Wasserman's ghost said to me once that it's never about the gig. It's about the next gig. So the pay you negotiate and accept this time sets the table for what you'll accept next time.
Exactly.
So I don't know if that's valid, but
no, that's extremely valid, especially here, and especially when you have the people involved that nobody talks about when they talk about these negotiations, managers and agents. Okay, because managers, agents, and entertainment lawyers all get fees every time somebody goes to work. At the same time, you look at Disney potentially, I don't know if this report is real or not. I don't know if we ever figured out offering what $60 million for the actors for Frozen 3, 4, and 5. Josh Gad, and whoever played.
Why is he worth that much?
He's not anybody.
Right?
There's so many people that could voice Olaf and sound just like Josh Gad.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. There's a bug in my room.
Oh, that would bug me too. Who was it that? Oh, it was Pro that was fighting a wasp the other day during the show.
Really?
no.
Yeah,
I missed that.
Guy like Go and Shogi. If this becomes a class action lawsuit, is it the power of many?
I started choking when I saw that. Shogi's killing me tonight.
Go and Shogi, what are you doing? Yeah, no, it's really, really funny. So I look at this and I think, okay, it sounds to me like Disney is becoming more fiscally responsible now, but the fact that they weren't before is biting them in the butt. Because if you offered lower for the first season, see, the problem is I think Disney set their precedent, whether it's with Renner or this actress or anybody else, they set a higher precedent. So they're coming in now. Nobody wants to take a lower salary the second time around. It's the same thing that happened on the set of Iron Man 2.
Oh, yeah.
The black actor, his name I cannot think of at the moment, who was replaced.
The original black actor, or the original actor Eddie.
It's not Eddie, I don't think. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Somebody in the chat will probably know who I'm talking about. Who replaced War Machine? And I don't know if he was really the best selection for War Machine in the first place anyway. But I will say Don Cheadle, while I like him in the War Machine role, as a person, he's out there with Terrence Howard, yeah. As a person, Don Cheadle is out there with Mark Ruffalo, and for some weird reason, I actually got into it with Don Cheadle on X once, and I'm like, why is this celebrity actor even doing a back and forth with me? I'm a nobody. Why does that matter to him? It was so anyway. I ended up blocking him. That was a long time ago, though. It was I just don't get it.
That's hilarious. You blocked us.
Well, he was a jerk. I'm like, I don't care.
No, I just find it funny. It's just
I don't like famous. I mean, look.
It's like, hey, listen, I don't care you're this. Go away. It's
exactly. It's just if you're gonna be a schmuck, and that's really weird that you even like, why if you're this big of a celebrity, what about your ego even wants to deal with somebody who like me? I'm nobody. Dear Lord.
The ego they do get into fights with people.
It's weird. It's weird. They have huge egos, these actors. And I think that they think they're important. When I look as an actor, as somebody who has entertained people, I enjoy doing it. It was fun. I've been on stage, but in the end, all I was your dancing monkey, your entertainment, your puppet, your plaything. That is the only thing valuable about that is that you're like a toy. You're something to play with and throw away. You are a fun waste of time or distraction from the realities of life, and nothing more. So stop stop thinking you're aggrandized or self-important or whatever. It just really bothers me when actors get into that space. But I also understand that there are jobs and you do want to get paid for the job. And since we were talking about Zootopia, this story might be worth putting up here. A little bit of a different story. Also out of that Park Place, Wicked for Good sees steep box office drop as Zootopia steals away family audiences. So Wicked saw, what was it, close to a 60% drop?
So was the witch afraid they were going to land a bear on her or splash water on her?
I don't know. She might have been afraid that they were going to try to feed her a sandwich.
It might have been a Subway $5 footlong.
Yeah. Oh God. If they make that woman eat, that's really frightening. Pam.
Now I want a sandwich. Thanks.
You can eat. Did you get your bug?
Pimento loaf.
Yeah, it was a stupid stink bug and it flew in my hair.
Ew.
It was a whole thing.
Did you squish it and make it smell?
Well, I used Lysol because that's what I had available right next to me. And then it
She
fell on the
de-germed
ground
it
and just
before she
smacked
squished
it. It was like this big. And they fly with no direction, just like the stupid palmetto bugs. They're
Isn't
just
it really
out.
cold there right now?
Yeah, and I don't understand
Well,
how they're even out. You think
I
it'd
was
be
gonna
too
say,
cold for these stupid
those things should
things.
go back to being the spawns of hell and not be out in the cold. So now I'm really worried.
Yeah. Let's look at this
Hell's
story
freezing
about.
over.
Let's look at this story about Wicked.
Wicked bug got her.
Yeah, right. Wicked for Good sees steep box office drops. Zootopia steals away family audiences. Marvin Montanaro out of That Park Place has this one. Wicked for Good saw a steep second weekend box office drop amid huge competition during the holiday weekend. The Universal musical stormed into theaters with a stronger debut than the original Wicked, which many saw as a promising start for the Universal's two-part adaptation of the beloved Broadway hit. But as the dust settles on the Thanksgiving frame, a worrying trend is emerging. That second weekend plunge. While the sequel opened to an impressive $143 million domestically, far exceeding the first film's $112 million debut, Wicked for Good's second weekend box office drop has significantly narrowed the performance gap between the two films. For its second weekend, Wicked for Good brought in $62 million, a 57.3% drop from its debut. The musical scored $93 million domestically over the full 5-day holiday weekend. That number isn't disastrous by any means, but is far below the first film's second week achievement. Vulture reports that Wicked actually pulled in $118 million in its second week, proving that the original had stronger staying power than the sequel. Instead, we're seeing a classic case of a front-loaded blockbuster. The sequel's opening weekend soared high, but now the pace is slowing and the momentum isn't following the trajectory Universal was hoping for. With the global total standing at $393.3 million after 10 days, For Good is performing well, but not well enough to suggest runaway legs or billion-dollar potential. The key question, why? Well, there's a rewatchability problem. It is... my understanding is the story kind of goes downhill. It's more depressing. It's not uplifting like the original. It's not as fun to go see. And the songs aren't as good. They're not uplifting songs. They're like longer, slow ballads. I didn't see the first Wicked in theaters. When I watched it at home, I was like, that's okay. It's really weird, but Oz... even the original Wizard of Oz. Anybody know how the original Wizard of Oz came out in the 1930s did at the box office?
Oh, I don't think it did really well in the box office. I think it was when it hit public domain that it took off.
It was a failure until it started running on television during the Christmas seasons. And then it became like something to watch at home on TV during Christmas. For some reason, I don't think that like, I don't think any of the Wizard of Oz movies have done exceedingly well at the box office. Disney tried to launch an Oz franchise with what was it, 10 or 15 years ago?
Was that the Return? No, that wasn't
It
Return.
was Oz the Great and Powerful, I think was what
Yeah,
it
I
was
remember
called.
that.
With the girl from that 70s show. As I think she played the Wicked Witch in that. But anyway, it was also a very different take on the whole Wizard of Oz story. Taking and for some reason, there's just something about the world of Oz and the Emerald City that I just don't think it's attractive enough to enough people to where it's truly engaging. I think it could be an interesting theme park land, but I also worry about it because I also don't think it's quite enough to be a great theme park land. And that's kind of where I wanted to go with the story. Go and Shogi says, The Wiz is better. That is very, very true. That is why I put all that stuff.
Especially after you've been on a long card ride.
Oh, yeah. The Wiz is awesome. The Wiz is probably my favorite Wizard of Oz property of all time.
Did you know there was a store called The Wiz?
A store?
A store called The Wiz. It was an electronics store. It was an electronics store. It was in New Jersey. Yeah. And I used to go to it all the time because it was awesome.
Oh. I always thought of that as something I did when I went to the bathroom.
Yeah, but but there was a store also.
Interesting.
We loved The Wiz. We saw it in the theater. Mom was a big Diana Ross fan.
Well, I mean, I have the 12-inch vinyl. That's how big of a fan I am. I literally still have the 12-inch vinyl to The Wiz. What does Maravita have to say? Maravita says the biggest problem is the original film didn't stick to canon at all. Then Wiz came out, now Wicked, and not one of them is true to canon, though Wicked is a bit closer than most. I'm assuming you're talking about the canon from Frank L. Baum originally. So yeah, I totally understand. Was supposed to
be close. That was a weird movie though. With the clockwork guy.
Yeah, the Return to Oz.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that one.
Yeah,
it was weird.
That was a weird one.
But that's the thing. Oz is just, it's one of those strange properties. Well, it's like I was learning. Did you know that the original Snow White, the original Grimm fairy tale before the Grimms themselves changed it, was not about a stepmother, but it was about Snow White's own mother. And it gets vile. It gets really, really vile. The heart, remember how in the Snow White story we see that the queen, the evil queen, said cut out her heart, right? In the original fairy tale, it wasn't her heart. It was her lungs and her liver.
Ew.
That's weird. What?
And yeah.
Someone's making lasagna.
That's exactly what happened is the mother has those organs boiled and then partakes of them. And it's supposed to be her own daughter. Apparently this was a thing. It was about what was happening in medieval Germany at that time, where if you were of royal lineage and you are a woman and your daughter starts growing up and you can see that your daughter's going to be prettier than you and could usurp your power, the women would like get rid of their own daughters. It was like, I was learning about this and I'm like, this is crazy stuff. So Snow White, the story is really, really vile, which is so funny to see the live action Snow White now. And they started off with like a communistic utopia type of situation where it's like so bizarro world. But go with Shogi. Hey, this soup doesn't taste like people. Oh god, yeah.
The lung butter.
Yeah, so the lungs had to do with basically if you consume that, you were getting your daughter's breath, and the liver had to do with the essence. And when they would consume, the belief was if they consume those things that they would then get the youth and the essence of their own flesh and blood who was going to try to usurp them in power, which is so bizarre a world. And I hope that I'm using the kind of language that YouTube's okay with to describe all this, because if I use the full language, I don't think that would happen. But yeah, it was Snow White got weird. It got really,
Even real
really,
meat.
really,
It's all byproducts.
yeah.
But it's like Snow White, the cannibals, hangs out with Art the Clown.
Yeah. Clearly, the cast of Wicked wasn't doing that because it's fairly clear that Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo and Michelle Yeoh are pretty much eating nothing. I'm guessing that a lot of people wonder what happened with them when they were on the set. People were like, "What happened on that set? They got so thin." And like, right? I think it's really simple. Like, I honestly think it came down to them challenging each other, and this was the challenge. How many people on the panel have ever seen? I think it's an Eddie Murphy movie. What was it called? The Golden Child. The Golden Child.
Oh yeah, the
Okay, so
scene.
Yeah, you see the Golden Child. You remember how the Golden Child survived on eating one leaf a day?
Yep.
So my thought is that they all got together one night while they were filming, and they're like, "Hey, let's go watch an old movie. How about an Eddie Murphy movie, The Golden Child?" Oh, and they're like, "Oh wow, can a person really survive on just one leaf a day? We should all challenge each other to see if we can survive on one leaf a day for the rest of the shoot for both of these movies." And that's what they did. that's my
giving
theory.
their brain power too much credit, Ron. That's just giving them too much credit.
Well, Pam in the chat says this. She says, "Or Ron, they are definitely eating something. Strange mushrooms, I would suggest." I don't know how much of it was filmed in Amsterdam.
Yeah, you need to rinse those off first.
Yeah.
How do you know that, Jeremy?
Because my brother grew them in an old refrigerator.
Okay.
Tom, do you know what kind of mushrooms grow here when we get a storm, right? And those big white puffy mushrooms pop up overnight and there's a little bit of brown on the top.
I've seen them. I don't know their name. It's just my dog tries to attack them and I got to keep her from it.
I've often wondered if those are dangerous or not to eat. I'm assuming they're probably dangerous to eat.
Try one.
Yeah, sure.
Grill it up. Throw it on a burger. Give it to one of your neighbors and see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, when we get them, we get a lot, and they come up overnight, and there's like 10 or 20 of them right there.
Yeah. Do it right. You go to the pet store and get some snake food and little mice, and that's probably not good advice.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we have time. I want to check. We might have time to cover one more story before we forward this over to the WDW Pro show for the night. There is one quick story that I am going to get to. And this has to do with our good friends over at the Universal Parks. How would we introduce this? Well,
is that everyone? But you wanted more?
Always more.
A little more, just a little bit more. Let's put this on the screen for you. The Lost Continent signage has been removed and construction walls are up at Universal's Islands of Adventure. I don't know how much further they are in the progress with this since I went there, but this is out of thatparkplace.com. This is by yours truly, Ron E. Bradley.
When were you there last?
This was on the 22nd of November. No, this was a little bit before, like around the 15th of November.
Okay. November. Okay.
This is a couple weeks ago. But I took all these pictures. I will say this: the Lost Continent is beautiful. I mean,
I like that area.
Closed right now, but it is beautiful. They did such like this right here. I think is magnificent when you come up on it. The thing about Poseidon's adventure is it just was kind of weird. It never really caught on. The show that was there was fantastic. The Lost Continent Universal Islands of Adventure Park will soon be a thing of the past. On a recent visit to the park, we noticed some signage for the area has been removed and construction walls have gone up.
When I went there, the bridge was like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it leads from Seuss Land to the Lost Continent. Griffin statue that stands prominently at the end of said bridge appears to be the last remaining sign displaying the Lost Continent name.
I want that for my front yard, but I think the HOA would kill me.
Well, screw the HOA.
That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Have it there?
That would be awesome, actually. Mythos, a full-service restaurant in the theme land, remains as the last venue of the Lost Continent, still in operation. However, with the rest of the area looking ready for a major retheme, rumors are swirling that its days are numbered as well. The Lost Continent's losses one at a time. The Lost Continent is a unique and very well-themed land at Universal Islands of Adventure, but its history of losses is almost as strange as the myth the land is based on. Opening with the park in May of 1999, the area hosted an incredible stunt show, The Eighth Voyage of Sinbad. The story followed the sailor Sinbad and his sidekick Kebab on a mission to rescue Princess Amora from the evil witch Miseria. The production featured a variety of death-defying stunts, sword fights, pyrotechnics, and humor as the heroes battled the witch and her henchmen in a mysterious grotto to save the princess. This would also be the first major loss of the Lost Continent, having permanently closed in September of 2018. The nearly 1,700-seat theater that housed the show has sat empty ever since 2023, would bring the next permanent closure of the land Poseidon's Fury escape from the Lost City. So what exactly was it? It was an indoor special effects walkthrough attraction at Universal's Islands of Adventure. It also opened with the park in 1999. If you see how beautiful the outside is, the inside was like basically a walkthrough story with special effects. You went through it, right, Tom?
Yeah.
So apparently it changed from what it was originally. I went through it. The show, by the way, the stunt show.
Show was awesome, if I remember correctly.
Wonderful, amazing show. In the first few years of operation, however, the attraction fell far short of guest expectation and needed to be reworked. It was redesigned in 2001 to alter its storyline after its initial mixed reception and low attendance. In the new story, guests witnessed the hero facing off against evil Lord Darkanon as they were taken on an archaeological expedition through the Temple of Poseidon. There is the Mythos restaurant. To experiencing special effects, including water effects, pyrotechnics. Guests would cheer on Poseidon's battle to overcome the final defeat Lord Darkanon in this brave conquest. The attraction remained open until May 10, 2023, and after 24 years of operation, it finally closed. But what comes next? Nobody knows. As far as I know, I think everybody has guesses and speculation, but nobody knows for sure what's happening. The sign is being removed, construction walls going up with the large entertainment venue, as well as the primary attraction on land being closed. Fans are wondering what exactly is happening to the Lost Continent. What do you guys think is going to happen with the Lost Continent? Who has some guesses?
Epic Universe is going to eat it.
Epic
What's that?
Universe is with it,
Universe
dude.
is going to swallow it and make it into something better.
No, it's part of Epic Universe. I mean, Islands of Adventure is Universal. So it is going along with, it has to function in conjunction with what's going on in Epic Universe.
Conjunction function. Okay.
I think.
What do you think, Erica?
I think it'll be a Nintendo IP.
I think it will too. I'm leaning towards Zelda. Some people though are leaning towards One Piece.
I'm actually thinking One Piece.
Yeah. Or
yeah, I hate to say it, but Lord of the Rings.
The Zelda movie's in production.
I don't think it's big enough, large enough for Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
It's enough to do a show.
Well,
yeah, but wouldn't
It's
they want
enough
to
to
do
do
an
a show.
attraction?
It has
but they could expand.
much.
They could expand that theater though. I mean, they could expand. They could expand Hogsmeade and extend it to where that theater is actually part of the Harry Potter area, and then have a Harry Potter.
Yeah, because when you're walking back to go to the train, you pass that theater. That theater is all you can't. When you walk if you're not taking the express, you come down and you look to the right. That's that theater.
Right. So, and that whole
unless they are going to expand Hogsmeade.
I mean, I think the theater could be a Hogsmeade expansion. Could actually end up being a whole show with Harry Potter and Voldemort and a whole. I mean, if they did it right, a Harry Potter stunt show would be freaking amazing.
Did you hear the original plans for the Zelda show, though? It's supposed to
I
be a spinning stadium that sees Link turn from the boy to the man, like in one of the games, the Ocarina
oh
of Time.
wow,
So
yeah, that'd be
their
cool.
original view for that was to replicate that scene where the entire game would spin around and Link would shift in that time passage with the Ocarina of Time. So that would work out really well with that idea.
Yeah.
Seeing it goes
I
back
just
to the
don't see
Nintendo.
putting Nintendo Land in there to cannibalize, Nintendo IP from Epic yet.
I don't know. It's
But
hard to
here's
say.
the psychology though too, is that it entices people to go from park to park when you're spreading out the IPs in the other parks too. I think there's like a psychology there.
Yeah.
And
Is
Uncharted would be
popular?
good.
But is it popular enough to like people know what that is? I mean, I know that Tom Holland was in it. I watched it. It was okay. The movie.
and
I played
rumors
a couple of those games, Ron. 4 of
Yeah.
them.
No, I've heard that the games are a lot better than the movie though. Oh, Cuddly Cat Wings. Love your panel and your dance celebration. So sorry for thank you. Love seeing Tom and the dogs. Much love to Erica. Is this Butterbumps? Butterbumps.
Cuddly Catwings has come to my streams a couple times.
Yeah, I believe Cuddly Cat Wings. I think that's Butterbumps. I could be wrong, but I
did
think
they
it
change
is.
their name?
It's the at thing. The at thing is different from the names.
Oh,
thing.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I hate that it does
Thank
that.
you, Wolfle.
Because then it screws up our recognition of people in
It's
chat.
hard. It is. And I can't remember obviously YouTube prefers going with the ats, and it's really weird because it makes it harder to talk to the chat.
They should have been clear. Hey, your at name should be kept simple. Otherwise, it says no, it's not Butterbumps.
Oh no. Okay. Sorry, Cuddly Cat Wings.
But
but I recognize I recognize the avatar. It's bothering me. I know I recognize the avatar. Oh, is it Putin's cat? Is it?
No,
it might
that's
be
not
Putin's cat.
That's not Putin's
No.
cat.
No.
All right, Cuddly Cat Wings. Is it Hogwarts cat? Uncharted would have been awesome, or God of War. That would be interesting. One Piece ride, but they already have a One Piece show in Japan. So I don't know. I wonder. But anyway, something is happening there. Don't know what it is, but we will eventually find out.
Why don't we take a friendly wager and just guess? And excuse me a second.
Well, I'm not wagering anything. No, actually, Tom.
Make a prediction.
Okay, what's your prediction, Erica?
Oh, I say I'm leaning towards Nintendo. I'm just unclear which Nintendo IP they would pick. I tend to lean towards Zelda because I've heard, but then there's also Luigi's Mansion. I had heard Luigi's Mansion would potentially go at Islands of Adventure. So I'm going to lean into that.
I think that they'll definitely do Luigi's Mansion at Island or at Epic. There's I have from an inside source. So I don't have a definite, but from an inside source, I do have a leaning towards Zelda.
Okay.
And that has to do with the fact that their teams are looking at both Islands and Epic for Zelda. The reason I think Zelda might end up at Islands and possibly both, but the Lost Continent could be a whole land for Zelda and is very much themed that way already. And I think that they would like to do an entire immersive Zelda land and then actually put a thrill ride where Poseidon was for Zelda. And then there are definitely at least 2 more portal lands going into Epic. I know this because I was out there the other day and I saw them with my own eyes, that they are those expansion pads are basically ready to go. And you can look down from the top of Helios and look over the expansion pads and actually see where the portals will be from Celestial Park. There are definitely at least 2 more portals. So there will be a total of 6 main portals for sure, which would bring the total
I think he's trying to keep us in suspense.
to 8.
Yeah.
Because right now you have 5, but you technically have 6.
You're
Sorry, the
cutting in
internet.
and out, Ron.
I know
Yeah, it's.
It doesn't want you to talk. It doesn't want you to spill
I
the beans.
know.
The internet just blinked on me. Well, anyway, that's an internet thing. I was having some issues with it earlier when I was trying to do my workout because I stream my workouts. But anyhow, yeah, lagged there for a second. We got to get going anyway. I say Zelda. Erica says something Nintendo. Jeremy, what do you
I
say?
agree with Zelda because of the scale they're supposed to want to build it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep my thing to One
And
Piece.
Lord of the Rings.
One Piece or Lord of the
One
Rings.
Piece. Well, there you go. All right. Well, give everybody a chance. We're going to talk to Tom first. Tom, let's put you up here. Hopefully this works.
I'm modding other things.
And let
I'm
the
working
people
on
know
some
where they
other
can find you.
videos and follow my my little antics of crazy dog videos that are rocking out. That's about it.
Crazy dog videos. And Jeremy, where can people find you? What are you got going on?
Well, the big things right now, today was my lunchtime stream, Mondays, 12:30 Eastern. I do an hour of acoustic singing, and on Sunday mornings at 10:30 a.m. Please head over, subscribe so you get those alerts. I am 7 subs away from 1,500, so if you can, please sub.
You're still on, Jeremy.
I'm still on. So, I do have music that
All right, so
drops on Wednesday and then gear reviews on Friday as well. So
that is Strings and Pucks. If you don't mind sharing that one, go and Shogi's.
thank you guys. Yeah, it's incredibly exciting right now for sure, and I'm really thankful to everyone who's stopped by.
I am I've lost control. There it is. I'm like, I lost control of the show. It's like nothing was happening here. There it is. So there is Jeremy Strings and Pucks. And
Oh man.
what do you got happening? What's happening over there? Because
Oof, not a whole lot. I've been doing Christmas decorating, but not filming it. I will be on Lorena Creole's Spice Lounge on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. I got T3PO tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. And I can't remember. I don't want to speak too soon. I want to say that Park Place on Wednesday. I have to recheck the schedule. I'm a little lost in the new scheduling with that Park Place. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. You can see some Halloween videos, stuff that we posted last year, Christmas. It's pretty much the same old here in Germany. Christmas markets, you know. Yeah.
there you go. And again, here, if all the Bradley's fun, you have to keep your notifications on because Pam says the mushrooms got in the system. They probably did. Yeah. We're going to send you right out over to the Pro Show. Make sure that you are subscribed with notifications on. because as things are changing with the Pro Show and that Park Place schedule, that could change. It's going to shift the schedule of our lives over here. Right now, go and check out the 4 parks at Walt Disney World. We just put up all 4 parks, how they are decorated for Christmas. And then we've got our review of where did I eat? Cracker Barrel. Our review of Cracker Barrel coming up for how was that on Thanksgiving? It's an interesting review. And then, things about the Grand Floridian, how that's changed. And then I'll probably be visiting Epcot for the Epcot Candlelight Processional coming up, especially the Ralph Macchio one. So I'm looking forward to that. Everybody, thank you so much, Tom and Jeremy and Erica, for being here. Thank you, chat, for coming in and supporting us. We appreciate everything that you guys do. And until next time, guys, if I can make this work, we'll see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao. Thank you.
This is done, man. Cleans them down to the shot.